What is the best team in Mario Sluggers? This is the number one question I get asked relating to Mario Sluggers, and it comes from a lot of different contexts. Sometimes it's, my big brother is so much better than me, what team can I pick to finally beat him? Or even, I want a 99-0 level 1 CPUs, what character should I pick? Well, clearly those are very different answers, and there's no one best team in Mario Sluggers because it really depends on what team you're going up against and if you're going up against a CPU or a human player. For example, if you're going up against a CPU, like a level 4 CPU, you probably want to choose more captains because the CPU really struggles with catching certain captain star swings like Wario's that a human player would catch easily. And if you want a 99-0 level 1 CPU, you'd pick pretty much all power hitters and you wouldn't care about fielding. But usually I think the most interesting question is, what's the best team against a pretty good human player if they let you pick all your characters first? And this is a great question. There's so much that goes into team building and stuff, but even just picking the best team straight up, you have to think about chemistry, fielding, pitching, hitting, and especially home runs. So let's dive into what I believe to be the best team that you can pick in Mario Sluggers. So it might be tempting to pick all power hitters for your team. However, a big component of Sluggers is buddy jumping, and that's where you can rob a home run if you have chemistry in your outfield. So a lot of home runs get robbed in Mario Sluggers, which doesn't happen in Mario Superstar Baseball. So you have to think about chemistry, and we're assuming chemistry is, items are on, and we have star on as well, and for the sake of this exercise. So assuming that, you want to get chemistry with your batting lineup so that you have items to throw into the field to disrupt the buddy jumps, or else most of your home runs will just get caught. So chemistry in the lineup is really important. And of course, having chemistry in your own outfield is super important to catch home runs. So we're going to start this by looking at a single chemistry link. So a chemistry link or chemistry chain is just a long line of characters who have chemistry with each other, so you'll have an item every time you step up to the plate. And we're going to start with the two fundamental characters, as I call them, Birdo and Petey Piranha. They link two sides of the roster, as you can see on this chemistry chart, with Birdo having chemistry with a lot of the good players and Petey with some of the bad. And they're also two of the best players in the game. They're both great fielders and just great hitters as well. They're probably the best middle infield combo that you could have. So we start with those characters. And you want all your characters to be pretty decent hitters while also being decent fielders, and you need enough good pitchers to survive in a game. It definitely depends on how many innings you play, but we'll just assume we play 9 innings, so you would want at least 2, hopefully 3 serviceable pitchers to use when your starting pitcher gets tired. So, taking these things into account, we can start with Petey. And go off of his chemistry link first. Petey has chemistry with Wiggler, King Boo, and Blooper. And Wiggler is good, but we're going to skip over him for now and go right to King Boo. King Boo is a great hitter, good pitcher. I'd say great pitcher. I'd say great pitcher, good hitter, and an okay fielder since he can float. And he could be in the, somewhere in the corner infield. And he also has chemistry with King K. Rool, which can link right into Critter. So right off the bat, off the Petey Piranha chain, we have 4 great hitters, along with Critter, who is an exceptional middle infielder. King K. Rool is probably going to play catcher here because he sucks at fielding, but he is an exceptional hitter. So you can stick Petey Piranha in the middle infield and Critter in the other middle infield spot. They don't have chemistry, but that still makes up a great middle shortstop second baseman combo. With amazing dive range. And stick King Boo at either, pitcher, first, or third. So Critter doesn't really have chemistry at all, so we'll move on back to the Birdo chain. Birdo has chemistry with Daisy and Yoshi. Those are the two big ones here. So let's look at the remaining positions we need to fill. We need 2 more pitchers and an outfield with chemistry, and one more and 2 more middle infield. The 2 pitchers will play the middle infield, as well as, an outfield. Choosing an outfield is tough because it's hard to find fast characters who can cover the outfield, who also have chemistry and who aren't awful hitters. But luckily, probably the best outfield in the game in terms of hitting is Birdo, Yoshi, and Mario. If you put Yoshi in center field, they have a perfect chemistry. Yoshi and Birdo have nice grab ranges, of course Yoshi being the best outfielder in the game. And Mario has decent, running speed, which gives him good range as well. And of course Mario is a good hitter and his star swing is decent. Yoshi with the best star swing in the game is an obvious choice, along with Birdo being a good hitter. So that's your outfield right there. And now for Mario, we can link, we need 2 more pitchers. So we can link directly into Peach and Daisy. It works out perfectly. 2 of the best pitchers in the game. Daisy also has chemistry with Birdo, which doesn't really come into play here, but it still could be nice on occasion. So you can link into Peach and Daisy, and so you now have Peach, Daisy, and King Boo, all elite pitchers, and whenever they aren't pitching, they can play the corner infield. Daisy has a super dive, so she's definitely better. Peach is just an average infielder, not much to write home about there. But having Peach and Daisy on your team, even though they aren't the best hitters, is really, really good, because Peach has one of the better star swings in the game. It forces the other your opponent to have girl characters in the infield, as well as having floating characters in the outfield to cover for Daisy's star swing. So you could also pick, if you want to pick Boo as a pitcher instead of someone like Peach or whatever, you could drop a chemistry link and do that. If you do that, so I think Peach is the best option. She's been called the worst character in the game before, and clearly she's not like a top. I don't think she's not like the top best. But I think she's definitely still worth picking here, especially with the chemistry she gives, and you really just have no holes in the pitching. And so I believe this team is the best in Mario Sluggers, because you have everyone is either a really, really good hitter or has a top tier star swing. Everyone is serviceable in the field, and you have the best fielders in here as well. You have all the best fielders essentially, with Birdo, Petey, Daisy, and Critter, and you can just stick K. Rool at catcher. And of course you have top tier pitching. So the lineup again, if you want to make a lineup out of it, is Critter, K. Rool, King Boo, Petey, Birdo, Yoshi, Mario, Peach, and Daisy. And this will only give you one character, Daisy, who won't have an item when she comes to bat, which is fine because Daisy's probably not going to hit a home run. And there's plenty of chemistry in the field as well, plenty of arm strength. So it's just such a good team. Honestly, the purpose of this video was just because I could show off how good this team is, because I think it's just so elite. You'll never get this team if you're regularly picking characters, because the other person will snatch this from you. But if you get all of the first picks, you want to pick the best team against a human player, this is probably it. I could see some arguments for taking maybe Boo and Magic Koopa, mainly because Magic Koopa is also an elite fielder, way better than Peach, and is pretty much almost as good of a pitcher. So there's definitely some other characters you can fudge in there. Maybe add Pianta if you want more power, but especially if you want to keep your chemistry, I think this is the best team. Usually I would pick the Bowser team, in like a real game because there are more alternates there, and so it's harder for the other, my opponent to pick all those characters. And you could probably select a Bowser team with great chemistry who is like almost as good as this team, but still, I think this team would dominate any other team. Like if you played equal human players, I think this team would dominate. So yeah, I really like this team. I think it'd also be fun to do a worst team in the game. Show off the worst characters and the worst possible lineup. I think that'd be fun. So let me know if you enjoyed this video and want to see another like it. Let me know in the comments what your best team is, who you would add to this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.